Hello everyone, I'm Lux and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will focus on practicing expressions that are commonly used in real-life communication and conversations. So if you want to speak Chinese Mandarin like a native, then keep watching. Today's topic is weekend plans. In Chinese, we call it 周末计划。说到周末计划, let's go to some common vocabulary that you can use to talk about weekend plans. 逛街, go shopping.We all love shopping, at least I love it. Look at this character 逛 here for a second. Have you noticed something? Yes, the 走之旁 radical. If you have no idea what it is, check out this video here to learn the 10 most common radicals for beginners. 走之旁 radical is usually related to walking. That's why the verb 逛 means to look around, wander about, or check out a new place. 街 refers to the street. When combined, the activity 逛街 emphasizes more on the behavior of going out, which means 你可能只是出去逛逛，不一定要特别购买什么。比如你可以说，这周六我约了朋友去逛街。这周六我约了朋友去逛街。逛街的时候，你可能会去打卡一些网红餐厅。Let's talk about the phrase 打卡 for a minute. It can be considered a slang or a trendy word in recent years. Its original meaning is to clock in and mark the start of someone's work. In a more casual context like this, it refers to checking out something. This is because, similar to clocking in at work, visiting a popular location is like punching a card or clocking in to say, I'm here. You can use this term before the places you want to visit, such as 打卡旅游景点. Another slang or trendy word that I want you guys to pick up from this example is the phrase 网红餐厅. A few years ago, 网红 was coined to describe influencers on the internet.When you add 网红 to a phrase like 餐厅, it means the restaurant is very popular. Often, many people have recommended it on social media. Another common weekend word is 社牛 social butterfly. 如果你每个周末都辗转在各种聚会当中，那我想你一定是个社牛。社 is an abbreviation for 社交, which pertains to social interaction, engagement, and events.The character 牛 here does not refer to the animal. Rather, it means something or someone is incredibly amazing or outstanding. For instance, when you want to compliment someone's capabilities or skills, you can say, 你太牛了, which implies that the person has incredible abilities. If someone is very skilled at socializing and is always very busy attending different activities or events, they are called 社牛 in China. So,What if you're the opposite? That means you might be a 社恐. This term originates from the longer phrase 社交恐惧症. But when it is shortened to 社恐 in casual conversations, it's similar to being a homebody, but also involves some degree of social anxiety. We could use this in a sentence like this. 不像我朋友那么社牛，我就特别社恐，一到周末就想宅在家。待在家，宅在家 stay in. You might say, 听说这周末会下暴雨，我准备宅在家追剧。追剧 another perfect authentic phrase for a weekend activity, especially for the 社恐们 that we mentioned earlier. The verb 追, guys, another character with the radical 走之旁, means to chase, pursue, or go after something. 剧 short for 电视剧, which means TV dramas. A lot of the time, 追剧 refers to binge watching a drama. For instance, you could say, 周末绝对是追剧的完美时间，你可以连续看很多集，甚至好几个小时，都不会有其他事来打扰你。所以，你是社牛还是社恐呢？ Comment down below. Okay, now we have some common vocabulary for discussing weekend plans. Let's talk about some questions you might hear or ask others about their weekend plans. One common question is, 这周末你有什么计划吗？ Or, 这周末你有什么安排吗？ Both 计划 and 安排 refers to plans. Another casual way to ask is 这周末你准备干什么? In spoken language, you may often hear 这周末你准备干嘛? Keep in mind that 干嘛 is equivalent to 干什么. It's okay to use either expression, but I want you to be able to understand and recognize the expression 干嘛 when you hear it. Alright, then let's move on to some other common things that you will hear in daily small talk. If someone invites you to a weekend gathering, for example, if someone says, 这周日在我家有个小聚会，你要来吗? How can you reply? If you're interested, you can reply with, 好啊，我周末正好没什么事儿。Or you can also say, 好啊，到时候记得把具体时间地址发给我。If you already have other plans, you can politely decline by saying, 不好意思，我周末有其他安排了，下次一定一起聚。By the way, what do you think is a good way to end a conversation like this? One simple option is to say 周末愉快, which means have a great weekend. And since the conversation is happening before the weekend, you can also say 下周见, which means see you next week. Or add a little cheerful tone and say 那下周见咯. Okay, now are you ready to put all these together? Let's first listen to a sample conversation. During this time, I want you to think of all the vocabulary, expressions, and questions that we talked about earlier in this video. After that, I will insert some pauses, and it will be your turn to practice the conversation with me. Hey, 这周末你准备干嘛？这周六我约了朋友去逛街，有一家网红餐厅，我都想去好久了，正好这次可以去打卡。你呢？怎么安排？我这种社恐当然要宅在家追剧啦，那也不错，周末绝对是追剧的最佳时间。那下周见咯！下周见，周末愉快。And now it's your turn to practice. Take a deep breath and tell me about your weekend plans. Let's do it. 这周末你有什么安排吗？最近好多人都在追这部剧，怎么样？好看吗？ OK， 周末愉快，下周见。Now I have a question for you. In the comments down below, let's chat about your weekend plans. 这周末你有什么安排吗？准备出去玩，还是准备待在家呢？ Try to use some of the expressions that you learned in this lesson. And thank you very much for participating in today's speaking practice with me, and I'll see you in my next one.